Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about the big interview floating around the world of The Walking Dead fans online. Now, this has to do with Kevin Smith doing an IMDb interview with Robert Kirkman, and they discuss Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes leaving The Walking Dead in Season 9. Now, I think there's a big piece of information that fans aren't considering at this point. It does sound bad, but let's listen to a clip. If you don't know what's going on, we'll play a little clip, and then I'm going to play a second clip after that, because that second clip is the part that does worry me a little bit. But here we go.
News that we saw within the last month was it smells like one of our own is going away, one of the OGs.
Yes.
Andrew Lincoln has said that, like, this will be his last season.
It's looking that way.
You want to talk about it?
Not right now.
How does that...
They do those little drops. I like that. They do these drops from the show all throughout the interview. Whoever edited this did a nice job. Anyway, so yeah, that first part where Kirkman kind of laughs it off and he says it's looking like that, I think that's a perfect answer because he's keeping in line with what he can say. And I think this is the biggest thing that some fans or most fans aren't even considering. Kirkman can do whatever he wants with the world of The Walking Dead in the comic. He's the creator. He's high up there. I would imagine when you get into all the technicalities and stuff, sure, you can argue this, that, and the third, and the company, the corporation over the person, whatever the hell. But when it comes to AMC's The Walking Dead, he doesn't own that. He doesn't have the rights anymore. And even though he's in the position he's in, even though actors are on the set, or even famous actors on the set, if you break it down and you get real general and simplify it, it's the same as if, me and nobody goes to see an episode early. When I had to sign an NDA, that's a non-disclosure agreement. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm not allowed to review it until they lift that embargo and they lift that time where you can discuss it. It's similar with Kirkman and actors and cast and crew, from the boom operator to the sound guy to the editor. They're not allowed to discuss certain things because they don't own the rights. AMC does. AMC calls the shot on what they can say. And that's why you'll see in interviews, especially around heavy spoilers or mysteries, you'll see a lot of the actors kind of look over to the producers and see what they can say and, to see if they're doing a good job. Kirkman's not legally allowed to actually answer this question. And I think that's the most interesting aspect because he does it perfectly. He doesn't answer it, and he sticks with what's out there in the news. He laughs it off and he says, yeah, it's looking that way. That's what, the whole of the internet says. However, 2 minutes in, and again, I'll play this for anyone who hasn't listened to the interview yet. I'll try to find a better quality one and link it down in the video description. But about 2 minutes in, he says something, though, that actually does worry me a bit.
He cares about the fans. He cares about the show deeply. He wants to do something special on the way out. We've got something amazing planned. I wouldn't want to spoil anything, but anybody who's been a fan of his journey, who loves Rick Grimes, who loves the world of The Walking Dead, you're going to want to see what we do.
All this is just what was. There's got to be something after.
You've been right.
Now, that is the part that does concern me a bit. The way he says... Andrew Lincoln wants to do something special on the way out. And again, he could be pulling from past discussions, past interviews or talks about Andrew Lincoln talking about, I'm sure this is something that has been discussed a lot behind the scenes about the way his character will go out of the show. But it does concern me about how he continues to say, we are planning something special. If you're a fan of Rick Grimes, continue to watch. There is a part of me that still feels like he is answering this as neutral as can be. He's answering it as if he's not answering it. And legally, that's what he has to do. He has to stick with what is out there in the media. Yeah, sure, it looks that way. But then he continues with, yeah, obviously this actor has been on for 9 seasons, away from his family. He loves the fan base, and he wants to do something special when he leaves. Yeah, the actor Andrew Lincoln has told us that directly in interviews years ago. from years ago. He said this like 2 or 3 years ago, recently, like a year ago. He has talked about how would his character die. The media has talked about it. Fans have talked about it. So Kirkman could be pulling from that. And Kirkman knows eventually, yeah, this is something we're passionate about. We want to tell this story good. We want to do something great and amazing for the end of Rick Grimes. So stay tuned. So it might not be season 9. This could be... It could be real that the media ran with a story and how we think he's going to go out isn't. It could be real that he's not actually leaving season 9, but Kirkman might know that he's on his way out. In season 9, they're going to phase him out. That part could be true, to where he's not the main focus. The story is more about the whole of the communities. And then we'll see his exit in season 10, or we'll see his exit in season 11. So at this point in time, as frustrating as it sounds, I don't take this as confirmation, but I am a little worried that it could be. You know what I mean? So I'm still going into season 9 fearing that we're going to lose Rick Grimes, one of my all-time favorite Walking Dead character. And if we don't, I'm going to be thrilled. If we do, I'm going to cry like a little bitch. But with that being said, I still think the same way I did a week ago when I made the video or two. It's frustrating, and I don't think it's a good look for AMC as a whole to let this rumor slide and handle it the way they are. Again, unless it's true, then yeah, you got to understand they're put in a little tough spot. It would be best if it didn't slip to begin with. But this day and age with the internet and everything, it's just tricky. Sometimes it's damn near impossible. But you guys leave your thoughts and opinions. What do you think about this interview? Is this confirmation to you? I have to say, for me, it's just not. It's not fully. And a big part of that is what I said before. He's not legally allowed to even answer that question. All right, thoughts and opinions in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.